Our honeymoon to Italy was an absolute dream, but let's talk about the culture shock we experienced.
Well, I am happy you had a great time during your honeymoon and I love your wedding dress. But let's break down some of this cultural shock.
Oh, no. We don't eat pizza for lunch. The pizza oven is literally not hot enough by lunchtime to make good pizza.
Bullshit. Utter and absolute bullshit. I'd like to know who is this guy. He was probably trying to trick you into going to a restaurant where he gets the percentage from. The hour I have queued outside Sorbito at lunchtime to get a pizza are uncountable. Bullshit.
Dude, you don't tip your servers, which we could.
That isn't quite correct. We do tip, we just don't tip as much, and also it depends and varies based on what type of meal you are going for. So if you go for a normal pizza, you won't leave more than €2 per table. So we wouldn't sit there and calculate 10 or 15% on top of the bill.
You're a large Dunkin' iced coffee with a shit ton of flavoring and cream type girl. You are going to be SOL. Apparently you're not supposed to have coffee before you eat.
You know what? Italians need to get over it. There is more to life than espresso, and if somebody wants to order a latte before a meal, that is none of your business, and you are entitled to order whatever you want when you go to a restaurant. It really angers me, this snobbish attitude of some of these waiters. I can order whatever I want as long as you sell it in that restaurant.
But also wine with every single meal at lunch. And our server was like, would you like a glass of wine? I was like, you know what? No. And he goes, okay, I'll bring you the wine list when your pasta comes.
I am sorry to break it to you, but that happened to you because you are international. A waiter will never push wine on an Italian because we will tell them, not very politely, to fuck off. It is not true that we drink wine with every meal, and very hardly at lunchtime, because the majority of the time Italians are out for lunch is when they are at work, and the last thing you want is to have a big glass of wine and then fall asleep on your desk. It is very likely that the waiter was making a percentage out of the wine he was selling, and that's why he was pushing it so hard on you.
When I'm interacting with a server, I'm always really bubbly, like, oh, I'll have the carbonara, please. I'm just a smiley person. And I swear to you, our servers would be like, okay.
It's funny that you said that because we found American waitering very, very uncomfortable. I traveled to the US for the first time this year and I've met few Italians here and there, and we all agree with the fact that waiters are too overbearing, they come too often, they ask too many questions, and the thing is that it's so obvious that they do it because they want the tip. And because the tipping culture in Italy is very different, when we find a waiter that is over-friendly because it's after our money, it makes it very, very uncomfortable. And that's why waiters in Italy, they take the order, they might exchange a couple of questions, but then they go away because they have finished their job and they don't need to come back again.